What's up, family? Trail here, and I have some great news to share with you today. It looks like the United States had a record-breaking month for January. Now, this is in reference to how many jobs they were able to add in this broken economy. In other news, we have more billions of dollars being approved this month. In fact, this week, around $2.2 billion has been approved for military assistance for our friends in Ukraine. And last but not least, has there been more of those white balloons floating around in the sky? Well, I got the latest reports for tell you guys today, and I have some details as well. So before we get started, you guys already know what to do. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Starting off with a little bit of good information, the U.S. ended up adding 517,000 jobs for the month of January. What a great way to start off the new year, especially after what we experienced last year. But anyways, yes, the U.S. labor market closed a shockingly strong month for January. Adding this amount of jobs is definitely remarkable, also causing the unemployment rate to drop down to about 3.4%, according to the latest data that was released. Now, these particular numbers pretty much passed all expectations. Analysts were projecting an increase of around 185,000 jobs and the unemployment rate to edge towards around 3.6%. But guys, these numbers blew it out the water by pretty much 2.5 times the amount that was actually expected. So it looks like the economy is doing rather well. That's a good thing. We have seen a lot of tech jobs being lost, but on the flip side, it looks like other individuals have been able to land a job, and pretty much 500,000 people, 500,000 jobs were actually landed last month in January. Now, in addition to the good labor market that we are experiencing right now, we did see where previously last year, minimum wage was increased in around 23 different states, including DC. And what we just heard this week was one of the largest private retailers just increased their minimum wage as well. Yes, Walmart, guys, is raising the minimum wage for their store employees by 17%. Now, again, this information was announced on Tuesday. The retail giant announced this information saying that they are raising the starting wage for their employees by 17%, or better known as $14 per hour. Now, again, the pay increase comes as Walmart's competitors are also evaluating their starting wages for their retail workers as well. And then we just received word less than 24 hours ago that Pennsylvania lawmakers, they are now proposing raising their minimum wage to around $18 per hour. So again, guys, a lot of good information in regards to the labor market in this country. This is a great way to start the year off. Hopefully, we will continue to see more states and more cities and more large retail companies like Walmart announce that they will raise their minimum wage as well. Hopefully, guys, we'll see that in the near future. Moving on, guys. We are now getting information that the United States, I'm assuming this is with the Biden administration as well as President Biden, has just approved of another aid package for Ukraine. Yes, guys, this particular aid package is going to include longer range bombs for Ukrainians, and the weapon, which is called the ground launched small diameter bomb, is made up of a precision guided 250-pound bomb strapped to a rocket motor and fired from a ground launcher. Yes, guys, the Biden administration is providing Ukraine with a new longer range bomb as part of the $2.2 billion aid package that was announced on Friday. But the new weapon likely won't arrive until much later this year. And guys, if you haven't realized that, sometime this month, guys, we are actually going to be coming across the anniversary of when the war from Russia against Ukraine actually started. Surprisingly, it has been a full year. We thought that this would end very soon, but apparently Vladimir Putin is not ready to give up as of yet. So the United States, as well as other countries, are continuing to provide billions of dollars to the Ukrainians to help them fight off as well as protect their country. So again, guys, keep all those individuals that have lost their lives in Ukraine as well as in Russia. Keep those families in your prayers. In the meantime, moving on, we also have information in regards to Ukraine. They just told us that Russia is pretty much getting together around 500,000 troops on the border to continue the effort of the offensive against Ukraine, which means that this war is not coming to an end anytime soon. Yes, Ukrainian is warning that Moscow is regrouping hundreds of thousands of troops on the border for a massive new offensive just weeks before the first anniversary of Russia's invasion. So again, guys, like I said, continue to keep all of those in our prayers in the meantime, and hopefully we'll get some shocking news that Russian Vladimir Putin decided to call off the war on the anniversary. Wouldn't that be some great information to hear? But anyways, I highly doubt it. But anyways, we'll just move on. Now, guys, we talked about this story yesterday in regards to what the Pentagon actually let the American people know, that they have found that this particular white balloon that has been flying across the country around 60,000 feet up in the air is suspected to be from China. And they are saying that this is pretty much a Chinese spy balloon. And yes, guys, we talked about this yesterday, but it doesn't stop there, guys, because as of Friday, we just received new information, and that is there is another white balloon that has been spotted flying in the air. But this time, this balloon has been spotted over Latin America. Now, the confirmation comes as reports in Costa Rica showed a similar aircraft to the one above the U.S. flying above the country's western coast. Now, again, the Pentagon as well as the Biden administration is pretty much letting Americans know that there is no reason to be alarmed. They have contacted China, and China said that this is just an accident from one individual in their country, saying that it's not a big deal. It's just for meteorology or for the weather conditions and nothing to be worried about. But the real question is, guys, what exactly is this balloon doing? Is it spying on us? Why aren't we doing anything about it? Guys, there are a lot of questions. I mean, come on now. We don't want China spying on us. And we know that we originally spotted this particular white balloon in Montana, which is where a lot of the military offenses and different things like that we are hiding from other countries is actually stored at. So why was this white balloon in Montana of all places? I mean, come on now. If I was flying around in a white balloon, I would probably be somewhere in New York or California or Florida, somewhere like that. I definitely would not be flying over Montana. But anyways, guys, that is what they are telling us, or that is what they are not telling us in regards to this Chinese spy balloon that is flying across the United States. And guys, we know that the U.S. Secretary was already planning on making a trip to China, but because of the controversy around this white balloon, this spy balloon, Blinken has decided to postpone his trip. Yes, it talks about it right here that the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, confirmed on Friday that he has postponed his planned trip to Beijing after the discovery of a high altitude balloon flying over the United States that came from China. Now, again, China's foreign minister said that the balloon, which U.S. defense officials say will be over the country for a few more days, originated in China, but claimed that it was a civilian airship for mainly meteorological purposes. Now, Blinken's trip wouldn't have been the first visit by a top U.S. diplomat in 6 years. The Pentagon officials is announcing that the balloon's location Thursday said it does not present a military or a physical threat to the people on the ground. However, there have been questions as to why isn't the United States shooting down this balloon? And that is where there is an actual physical threat if they do something like that. Because again, this particular balloon is around the size of 3 school buses. So you can imagine shooting down something like that, that magnitude of size, as well as all of this heavy equipment on this white balloon, shooting that down will basically come shooting down at rapid speeds. And you don't necessarily know where that is going to land if they do so. So my thoughts is that they are going to wait for this to actually travel back or travel over the ocean. And then they have a better opportunity to try to shoot this balloon down. But again, the United States, the Pentagon, is not necessarily saying any more information in regards to what their plans are to this China spy balloon. So again, guys, like I said, the American people are questioning this, guys. The American people want to know, what exactly is this balloon doing? What is the United States going to do about it? And how long is this Chinese balloon going to be flying around the United States in multiple states? But anyways, guys, those are just some questions that are pretty much unanswered. And hopefully, guys, we will probably find out some more information within the next few days or so, after hopefully this balloon pretty much tries to travel outside of the US. So again, once we find out more information about this, I will definitely come back to you and report this information, because I know me myself, I am definitely concerned about this, guys. I talked about it on yesterday's video, where some of the top leading military officials for the United States have already stated that they can expect the United States to be at war with China sometime around the year of 2025. Again, guys, we are already in 2023. That is pretty much 2 years away. And this spy balloon doesn't do anything to contradict the idea of us going to war with China very soon. Originally, we thought that we would have to go to war with Russia, but it looks like China might come first. It looks like Russia is already a little bit occupied right now. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. And I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. But feel free to check out some of the links down below, because it offers a great way for you to be able to support this channel if you choose to. And if you do, I really appreciate it. So thank you. But anyways, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.